Hey guys, here we have another highly anticipated video, the Mechforce Deltacore in stonewashed gray that's made right here in the USA. Mechforce, of course, gained a lot of popularity in the spinner scene with their Hurricane spinner, which still sells out quickly to this day. This sophomore release, the Deltacore, is another hit, and it fits perfectly with the Mechforce style. I lovingly call mine Frank the Tank because it is an absolute beast. Mechforce lists this guy as 6.6 ounces, and I assumed that was the total shipping weight. But no, that's the actual weight of just the spinner. And let me tell you, it feels really good in the hand. If there's one spinner in the world that could survive a drop from a tall building, my money would be on the Deltacore. Starting with the buttons, they have a nice two-tone look with the machined stainless steel insert in the center. The one side features this Mechforce logo, which has a neat visual effect when spun. The insert is sunken in, so it creates a ridge for great finger friction when holding. The outer edge of the buttons have been machined to create these peaks and valleys, which create an awesome look and make button removal very easy. They've even machined a nice chamfer to increase comfort. And yeah, the buttons are massive. Here's a popular size for R188s, and you can just see how much bigger the Deltacore's buttons are. Underneath the buttons, you can see the bearing enclosure that houses an R188 bearing. It ships with a full ceramic R188, but for fun, I've been doing some testing with the steel one. The bearing is held in by a retention spring clip, and to take that out, you just need a small screwdriver or a pin and work that outer ring out. Make sure you go slowly so you don't bend the metal. To get it back in, you just go the opposite way and start with the bottom piece of metal and work it around the center. The full ceramic bearing is a perfect match for the ruggedness of the Deltacore, since these bearings are designed for caustic environments. I could see this spinner being a great fit for the outdoorsman. Full ceramic means no rust, so you could throw it in the mud, rinse it off in the river, and be on your way. The inner part of the buttons are concave, allowing them to conceal the bearing housing even more. That creates the effect that the buttons are just floating in the middle of the triangle, which is pretty cool. The machining on the body of the Deltacore is just as impressive as the rest of the design. At almost 3/4 of an inch thick, most of the mass is located around the perimeter. The inner part of the triangle has a thick chamfer for style and to look good, while the outer edge has a nice chamfer for comfort when flicking and holding. Each leg of the triangle has these peaks and valleys that have been rounded, and just like on the Hurricane, it reminds me of a slide pull on a pistol. On the Deltacore, that area gives your finger a solid place to push and to pull from. Each end of the triangle has a cutout for a 1.5x6 tritium vial on each side. I was going to install some vials prior to this review, but I think I will make a separate install video to help people learn how to do it. The Deltacore is focused on being a long spinner, and it does a great job. With the full ceramic, I was getting around 8 minutes, and with this steel bearing that I'm testing, I'm now breaking 10 minutes on a tablespin. Fidgeting feels comfortable with all the machining, but if you plan on using it for an entire day, the weight might cause you some fatigue. I spin the Deltacore pretty regularly, and I haven't had any issues yet. Heck, even the button spins for over 4 minutes when you get a good pull. One of my favorite things to do is a slower tablespin to make it look like the triangle is defying gravity. To be honest, I don't know how Mechforce is able to price this at $150. It's made right here in the USA, and the amount of machining on this thing is incredible. I would put this probably more towards $200 to $250, based on the machining and that it's made in the US. Overall, the Mechforce Deltacore is the most rugged spinner I've had yet. If the military ever released a spinner, this is what I imagine it would be like. It's heavy enough that you could probably use it to pound nails, break rocks, and even for self-defense. I absolutely love the style of the Deltacore, and apparently a lot of other people do too, because they sold out pretty quick. You can purchase one directly from the Mechforce site, and that link will be in the description below. If you do happen to see it in stock, you won't want to wait around long. And if you are interested in researching a wide variety of spinners, check out spinnerlist.com. It's a database that lets you search by brand, material, price. It's really an awesome resource. Also, if you're interested in joining a friendly community that is passionate about spinners, check out SpinSpace on Facebook. In addition to that, I help run the Daily Fidget on Facebook, and members are added almost instantly, so that's a great way to connect with me as well. All of those links will be in the description below. Alright, thank you for watching, and if you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing by clicking the button on the left, and by watching some of the other spinner reviews here on the right. Because without you guys, this doesn't happen.